There are two areas. One is the Five Eyes and whatever they're doing, sir. Evidence, India is trying, Raw is doing these operations, XYZ. Then there is the Chinese pressure, sir. So pressure from both the sides. But that is just, let me call it sound, sir. This is surround sound. The real thing is, the Prime Minister says good things about the Quad, and India stands solidly behind the Quad as a force for global good. But very recently, the Prime Minister, and as we speak, sir, he's in Russia for BRICS, and the Prime Minister says that BRICS is not anti-West, it is not West. This is high wire balancing stuff that India is doing. And I have never seen diplomacy this interesting, sir, because, you're with Quad and on one day, and you're with Quad solidly. You put your resources and your political capital, your diplomatic capital behind the Quad, saying that this is a force for global good, and then you go to the BRICS summit and say that, hey, so this whole strategic autonomy thing that Dr. Jaishankar keeps on talking about, what does it take from India, sir, in terms of, sir, may I call it diplomatic walking the tightrope?
Yeah, in a manner it is. But you see, also, Gaurav, you have to realize we are able to walk the tightrope because we have developed the capacity to do so. And mind you, this economic strength and capacity is very important. What we were the 10th largest economy 10 years ago. Today we are the 5th largest. Within a year, 2 years, we are going to be the 3rd largest. We are the fastest growing major economy. We continue to take our reforms. We are, even the managing director of the IMF has said that India is a ray of hope in an otherwise gloomy economic environment. So I think this gives you the capacity to be able to stand firm. If you did not have the economic backing and the economic strength, you would not really be able to do it. Second thing, what it takes is leadership. And I think leadership to be able to see what is in the future. And that is what, I think the current leadership, whether at the level of the Prime Minister, or at the level of the External Affairs Minister, or you look at other areas, you are developing of our infrastructure, of the digital payment infrastructure, public infrastructure, all these new initiatives. Otherwise, if any lesser individual, if she or he was heading a complex and a challenging country like India, they would have wilted under the pressure.
Very surprisingly, sir, I'll just put in a word sideways. India has managed to, I don't know if I'm framing this correctly, maybe I'm not, but suddenly India has been able, because of Galwan, because of other things, China, even the Americans or the Canadians, sir, this, if I may say, this tough guy image that, okay, we will not be the aggressors, but don't expect India to take stuff lying down. That is also a big part of this entire image globally, that, India is suddenly not that India. Now India is, it's a tougher response to every situation. We say, Dr. Jaishankar says things that are, there are memes about Dr. Jaishankar on social media
absolutely.
And he says stuff which is bang on target, sir.
Yeah, that is don't mess with us.
Don't mess with us.
That is one. But we also have a gentler side. When Sri Lanka has a problem, we will put up $4.5 billion to help them out with medicines, with food, with fertilizer. When Maldives has a problem, although they have sort of, there was all that India Out campaign and all that sort of things, but India can be magnanimous. India can be generous as far as our region is concerned. We are the first responders. Even when an earthquake takes place in Turkey, our teams are one of the first to arrive there and to provide assistance. So I think, I remember this was the phraseology that Prime Minister Modi had used when he first went to the UNGA in September 2014, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. I think we don't only say it, we exemplify it through our actions. Whether you look at the responders whenever there are disasters around, you look at the Vaccine Maitri initiative, you look at and also that if our people are in need, are in danger, are in threat, India will always be there to bail them out. So you look at Ukraine, you look at, Ukraine, you are able to get both the warring sides to stop firing at each other so that our students can come out of there and come out safely.
Massive, sir. Never heard of.
Never heard. And you look at Afghanistan, you look at Sudan, you look at all these places. So I think India has, its capacity has grown, and it has demonstrated that it will utilize its capacity not only in its own interest but also for the global good. And I think that is what has really raised the stature of India around the world, in our region, in our neighborhood. And I think notwithstanding the challenges, but you mentioned about that BRICS is not anti-Western, but it is we want to
not Western.
Not anti-Western but a non-Western platform. Even Mr. Putin has said that yesterday. So I would invite your listeners to have a look at that.
Sure.
So he has made what everyone was thinking, that with China and Russia being opposed to the West, and now Iran also joining in, and now some of the other anti-Western, that this is going to become an anti-Western front. But no, even one of the major protagonists of BRICS in that is Russia, Mr. Putin himself has said that we don't want it to be an anti-Western platform. And I think that is what India brings to the table, that it is a bridge between the East and the West.
Absolutely, sir.
And it's a bridge between the North and the South.
Yes, sir.
And North and South we showed during G20.
Yes, sir.
That we were able to bring all the countries, all the 20 countries together on the same platform. At the beginning of the meeting, on the first day, we were able to declare that we have a New Delhi Leaders Declaration ready to sign. So we were able to do that here, and we were able to, very recently, Prime Minister goes to Russia in July, and he goes to Ukraine in August, and after that he goes to the United States in September. And he is received with equal warmth and respect in all these capitals.